Welcome to Tea and Talk. I'm your host, Olivia Boughton. Today, I am joined by Kevin Dunn. Kevin, thank you so much for being with me today.
My pleasure being here, truly.
Great, and you're being a good sport because as you can see, our viewers, we are sitting in the snow today. So this is our December episode, so I thought we would be a little festive and have some snow-covered trees to
Beautiful.
add to the ambiance. And we have some Christmas cups on the table. This is not a full set. The teapot and the sugar bowl are from a set of Polish pottery that my husband Jim bought for me. So that teapot and sugar bowl has appeared on the show before. But today it's paired up with some Christmas cups, some random little things that I have acquired, and I thought with the gold trim, it just kind of goes very nicely together. And today we are drinking a lemon ginger tonic. So it has lemon, ginger, and it also has marigold and safflower petals in there as well. You told me that you're not a huge tea drinker, but that you love lemon ginger.
I do.
Yes, so I thought it's lemon ginger, but it's got a little extra
Perfect.
Floral something. So I haven't tried this yet, but it smells great. Smells very, ginger is sort of I think a holiday spice, so it's
Sure.
appropriate. So let me pour you a little bit, and we'll try this lovely tea. As I said, I have sugar. Do you want any sugar?
No, thanks.
Okay. All right. There you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll pour for myself here. Such a pretty color. I can smell it. It smells really great. I'm going to take a little bit of sugar. I have these cute little cubes. Very fancy. Go ahead and take a taste. You don't have to wait for me.
Cheers.
Cheers, exactly. You got to tell me what you think. As a lemon ginger herbal tea connoisseur.
There's a lot of taste in there. Very good.
Very good. All right. Right, which, regular viewers of my show will know that I mention the word tisane whenever I am serving something that is an herbal, because that's the official name for it. There's no actual tea leaves in this concoction, and we call it herbal tea, but it is a tisane. So.
Great on the throat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, lemon and ginger have a lot of antibacterial and health benefits. That's nice. And it'll warm us up in this wintry environment we're in. So Kevin, let's talk about you. Tell me where you grew up, what your childhood was like. Let's start with that.
I grew up outside of Boston,
Okay.
a small city called Everett. Thinking about this interview, reflecting back on my life, I was very much the baby boomer.
Okay.
After the war, the street I grew up in, there was probably 25, 30 kids around our same age. You don't really see that too often much anymore.
No, you don't. No.
But it was clearly a great definition of the baby boomers. When I looked at my life, I saw a whole lot of play because of all these other children in the community, but a lot of work. I've seemed to always have worked doing something, not being pushed at it by anyone else, just individually saying, let me try this, let me try that. It was a great experience growing up.
Being very, very self-motivated to do
Very
things.
self-motivated. I had a paper route. That was quite a challenge at an early age. I never weighed that much. I put it on later, but at that point, those newspapers were bigger than I was.
Oh my gosh, right. We're talking back when that was the primary source of
Oh,
information
absolutely.
for people.
Not only that, but the paper route that I had was an afternoon paper route.
Oh.
You would never find that today.
Oh my gosh, no.
And so the paper route would deliver 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We would deliver them. These are people that have already read the news in the morning.
Right. And they're still getting an afternoon paper, right?
It was crazy, absolutely crazy. So that lasted for a while. One of the kids that I grew up in introduced me to caddying at a golf course.
Oh.
Again, very young.
Wow.
And so I said, kind of explain it a little bit to me. He did. I mean, the town I grew up in didn't have a golf course, so this was foreign to me. And so off we went, and I loved it.
So where did you have to go to reach a golf course?
Melrose, Massachusetts was where the golf course was. It was a private club. You had to be a member there. And in the morning, his father would drive us up there. In the afternoon, my father would pick us up. It was 7, 8, 9 miles away from where I lived.
Yep.
Well, 3 days later, my friend decided he had done enough caddying in his life.
Oh, no.
And so I just started to get interested in this.
Right.
Well, one thing led to another, and in the morning, I literally rode my bicycle from my house to the golf course.
How far is that?
7, 8 miles.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
When I think back of it, I mean, how did I do this?
Yeah.
Caddied all day, and then my father would pick us up in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
But it was such a great experience. As a private club, I got to meet doctors and dentists and lawyers, people I never would have come in contact with.
How old were you when you were doing that?
Less than 10 for sure.
Okay.
And yet they were still different than the people I grew up in.
Sure.
They were very professional in what
Yep.
they did.
Yeah.
Generally, they would play 1 day a week on their day. Doctors played 1 day, whatever.
Yep.
It was crazy good. I got to meet so many people. And I became, I don't know, somewhat of a radical there,
Okay.
believe it or not.
So what does that mean to you? What does that mean?
So we were paid based on an established rate.
Okay.
If you carried one bag, which was typical for me when I was smaller, you made $3 or $3.50, whatever it was.
Okay.
If you carry 2 bags, it's doubled.
Oh.
Well, that's an incentive to gain some weight and to be able to do
bulk
that.
up a little bit.
Well, this went on for a year or two, and I became pretty well established with the other caddies. A lot of the members liked me because I did things a little bit differently, and so I would get requested for.
Okay.
So now it didn't matter what time I got there in the morning, Kevin Dunn, you're going with this person.
Yeah.
Fantastic, I love that guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I became the leader. I was the only one that was not from that area.
Oh, it's so funny.
It really was crazy when I think back upon it. But they decided we should get more money. And how are we going to do that?
Right.
So we approached the caddy master who was going to set it all. No.
Of course not.
5 times later, no.
Yeah.
Kevin, we got to do something. I said, well, let's go on strike.
Oh.
Now, my father worked for General Electric at the time.
Okay.
And sadly, they went on strike somewhat regularly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how would I even know that you do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, sure enough, tomorrow's going to be the day we're not going to accept any caddy rules. And it was doctor day, so they all cut caddies.
Yeah.
And so that didn't go over very well. But they went out. And so I convinced everybody to go out to the 5th green and sit on the green. Who's going to hit the ball on the green?
Right.
And lo and behold, maybe an hour later, it was, okay, how much are you looking for?
Oh my gosh. So you were successful in your first strike.
Rabble rousing at an early
Love it. Love it.
And it really was. It kind of took me to a whole different place. So working again, like I said, was a big part of what I did. Next stop was grocery store like a whole lot of people. But in the interim, my father decides to run as a politician in the city.
Oh, okay.
He was actually born in Ireland, so to come here and then become a leader was really something else.
Wow.
Didn't quite understand why he would do it, but he did it. And he won. He's from a very large family. He got a lot of votes that way, I think. But what I learned from him was if you try to help people, you'll usually be successful if you have the strength and tools to do it. My father was loved. He helped hundreds and hundreds of people in his position. I remember Christmas, you know, reminded me of this beautiful display you have here. My father never drank. I don't know if it was an obsession, but I never saw him drink. And yet, Christmas after Christmas, there'd be 50, 60, 70 bottles of alcohol dropped off at our house as a thank you for something he had done along the way. And it just stuck with me. I mean, all of his brothers had a great time after Christmas because they got to share. But it's so that's kind of led me to my future, just trying to help people along the way, and a lot of that's really been beneficial. But that's a long, early version of my childhood, but I think we all learn from other people that we see, good and bad, and hopefully we participate on the more favorable side.
Yeah.
I'm going to have another.
Help yourself. That's great. So I'm just, you know, reflecting on what you're saying and, you know, obviously, right, the work ethic, which we talked about, but there's this sort of underlying theme, even in your early childhood and certainly with your father as a role model of helping others and doing good for others. Even if I think about, you know, you organizing a strike.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was not just for you personally.
Absolutely.
It was for the others, and not because you want more money, right? I mean, that's the ultimate tangible goal, but the underlying goal there is that you want to demonstrate to yourselves and to others that you're worth your work, right? That there's a value.
Couldn't agree more.
To what you're doing. There's a value that shouldn't be taken for granted.
Very insightful.
And then you said, you know, as you got older, it kind of led you into the world of helping people. So talk to me about that. You know, what do you see as the ways that you have most benefited your fellow human being?
Speaking with my dad, who now is a city official, gone past politics to actually having a job.
Yeah.
When are you going to retire? Now, he is probably late 60s at this point.
Okay.
And he just said, you know, with the pension I'm going to get, and because I'm a city official, I don't really qualify for Social Security. I don't think of retirement. I mean, as a son, that was the worst thing I could possibly hear.
Right.
And I was doing well. We had started an antique business that was going really well. I had a great job with the gas company. My wife worked for a jeweler. Life was good. 3 kids. But he just kept nagging at me, like, how can I not have something in place for him to retire and enjoy the rest of his life? So I went to my accountant, worked all that out. Best story of my life. He comes out of talking to my accountant, who was already been set up by what I wanted him to do.
Yep.
And he said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "Well," he says, "I'm retiring next week." Best day ever, right? So, again, now what's going to happen? So, I made a commitment that at age 55, I was through working. that it was my goal to accomplish whatever I needed to do between that age I was and 55. And I'm leaving. No matter who I'm working for at that point, done. The antique business is going to end. And so that became my goal. And so at age 55, I retired. And we lived in a beautiful home outside of Boston, multifamily. I wanted to go to Florida. We went to Florida, went to a retirement community, kept a house in Boston. 2 days after being there, I had injured my back many, many years earlier. I couldn't play golf. We were on a golf course. I'm going out of my mind. I mean, I'm watching everybody enjoying life, and I'm just sitting there watching TV, which was like such a waste. I literally drove up to the high school. After having gone through the process of getting my 3 kids in college, I learned a lot of that whole process.
Yeah, which
And
is
so
difficult.
I walked into the high school and I said, I want to talk to the principal. I talked to him and I said, you have this board up there with all these things you want to do. I want to start taking care of that board. And I have all the time in the world. I just want to help kids figure it all out. And that became my life. I spent 18 years in 3 different high schools down there, 5 days a week, helping kids try to figure it out. We started a foundation in our retirement community, raised a ton of money to help kids go to college, went through all of the scholarship programs that were available. So I worked in the guidance office, and I just went in there every day, and I had access to all of their records, so I knew what kids were capable and what they weren't.
Sure.
And I worked with the high-end kids, and I worked with the low-end kids, and equally beneficial. And it just taught me so much. I mean, I thought I knew all the answers when I started. Oh my God, I didn't know anything. I mean, my first day there, you got a picture of this guy from New England, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's walking around with shorts on. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to get suspended.
Right. Right, cover your legs. Yeah.
Well, and part of it as well was the religious aspect of the self. I don't know if I can even say this on your camera, but I'm going to say it anyway, and you can all do whatever you do with it. I've always been able to speak with authority and even maybe past authority. But somebody asked me a question, and I went, hell no. You know, much more severe than no. Hell no was like, the entire class is looking at me like I just killed someone.
Right.
Very Christian oriented.
Yes.
I mean, the smarter, well-off kids in the families.
Yeah.
That was such an amazing day for me, is to see that background actually working. Now, you know, that again influenced. We did all sorts of things to raise money for the foundation. We worked at Disney, which was one of the true joys in life, is seeing how well that company runs their operation.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. We helped so many kids.
It's really, you know, I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing whenever you can help the next generation in whatever capacity that is. But I'm struck by the fact that you said at 55, you decided you're going to retire at 55. And then you know, spent your time working, right?
Absolutely.
Not maybe in the same sense, right? But working really seriously and in a very dedicated way to help, you know, teenagers who are trying to figure out what they're going to do with their lives and where they're going to, you know, what their next step is and how they're going to get there and how they're going to pay for it, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that's a job in itself, you know, and I'm sure that it was long hours and and stress and not the typical retirement volunteer work.
The beauty was my wife, Charlotte, was there for everything. You know, if there was any, I don't want to do this, then it would have been quite a challenge. But she's been there for every aspect. In the retirement community, they had a group that basically provided Christmas for as many kids as they could. Very, very noble. And they did. They helped over 100 kids every Christmas. And yet, every year we had the sense that we could do more. That although Christmas presents were awesome, sometimes they lasted a day, sometimes they lasted 2 days.
Right.
Then we heard stories of parents bringing those presents back to stores.
Yeah.
We soured a little bit on it, so we decided to start the Scholarship Foundation. We started with 6 people, and we just decided to raise as much money as we could, and then we'd figure out where the kids would be and what we're looking for, etc.
Right.
When it was all over, 18 years later, we had raised over $600,000. And our whole intent was to get you started. And so from a foundation perspective, we paid for participated in paying for the first 2 years. And then we stopped. Now it's up to you
Right.
to put your 2 cents in and
Right.
go from there. It was a very, very smart decision.
Well, it gives ownership also.
It gave total ownership to these kids.
Yeah.
But I had the beauty of, because I was working in the schools in the guidance department, I got to know these kids. And I got to know who I thought would utilize the finances better than the next kid.
Sure.
And I'll never forget, we had a young lady come in, and I knew she was illegal, which was not such a huge thing then as it is today.
Right.
But I wanted to see how our other volunteers would react to this. And we tested kids, we gave them interviews, we went through everything, trying to pick the right kids. And so when her interview was over, and she did a fabulous job on her interview, she left, and I just looked at, there were like 20 of us interviewing her. I just want to let you know that kid is in this country illegal. Now, she came here when she was 2 years old. It wasn't her decision.
Right.
The parents came, and she was kind of came with them. I just wanted to see the reaction. She got the highest score we ever gave. So I said, okay, now I know what kind of people I have here. And then we had volunteers that had tough childhoods themselves, and like a lot of people that volunteer their time and print money, etc., they struggled at one point in their life.
For sure. Yeah.
And so we had quite an amazing run. And then COVID decided to come.
Yeah.
Right away, I felt the need to get out of Florida. I was not comfortable down there at all. Schools were closed, the foundation shut. I mean, my whole day was upside down in one day.
Yeah.
We had already owned a condo at Killington, loved the people up there, loved the people in Vermont. I said, we're going to Vermont. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Vermont,
is a safe state, any way you want to look at it.
Yes, and I think it's always a great place to be, but it was really a great place during COVID.
Oh, crazy good.
You know, and I think we saw that here because a lot of people were like, I'm done, and bought homes here and like relocated here because
Amazing.
they just needed to get away.
But this past year, we went back to Boston to do some work on the house that we own down there. And it has changed so much.
Yeah.
I swear the population has doubled.
Yeah.
And that you can't find a street where you can find a parking space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I come back here to Proctor on my little small street, and it's all quiet. It's all peaceful. We're really falling in love with the people here. We're not natives, of course, but I think we act like natives. And
Yes.
so really, really appreciated being here.
Yeah, so you've kind of given me a little taste of what your answer might be to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because you have lived different places and you talked about how you came to be here. And I like to hear from my guests what it is about this area, Rutland County in Vermont, that you especially love, that makes it special, unique to you. Like, what do you love? You mentioned the peace and quiet, but is there more? Is there something else?
I mean, the fact that I'm retired, of course, helps. No matter where I live, life would be okay. But there's still a sense of community here, of who's living to this side of your house, and that's missing back in Boston. I mean, I'm sure people don't know that anymore. People are too busy living their lives to include their fellow man. What else? I mean, it's just to be able to get around from A to B without what time is it, what's the traffic going to be like.
Right.
When we had the condo at Killington, we actually had 2 condos at one time. And I've had them both through Airbnb. And I would put pictures trying to encourage people to rent them, of course.
Yeah.
My favorite photo is I went out to the highway 89, stood there for less than a minute and just kept taking pictures of cars coming over a hill. And there was one car in this picture. And my caption read, "This is the rush hour in Vermont." That did more to create the atmosphere that I was looking for than anything. Very successful photo.
Yeah. But it's true. I mean,
absolutely,
it's true. You know, we're very fortunate here that, as you said, it's easy to get around. You know, I mean, we do have snow, and you know, we have a lot of snow here today, so that can be a hindrance. But generally speaking, it's easy to navigate. You know, and we still have that sense of community, like you were saying. Like it isn't that it's easy to get around because.
But
we're all isolated. Like people here, I think, care about each other and about the community, and like you said, you know who your neighbors are.
I've never appreciated the heat. So to go to Florida was quite a challenge for me.
I imagine.
I mean, we only were there 5-6 months at best, and I had to get out of Dodge. It was just my body was not designed for the heat. But I remember, I think it was last year, potentially the year before, driving from Proctor into Rutland very early in the morning. It was -8 degrees. And I'm like, oh my, -8 degrees. And I didn't sense any of it.
Yeah.
My car was warmed up.
Yep.
I had clothing on.
Yeah.
I said, in Florida, you can only go down so far. Yeah. And you're helpless.
Yeah.
Here, you can just put on another layer of clothes.
This is true. This is true.
So, yeah, we very much appreciated living here. Yeah. Even Charlotte, she has just the opposite. She has a little bit of a circulation issue, so
she likes to be in the warm.
She gets cold easier than maybe other people. But again, we warm up the car, we get in it. You know, you make your changes based on where you are.
Yeah, and they have all kinds of, you know, like those little packs that heat up. You put in your gloves, or you know, heated vests, you know, all that kind of stuff. So.
No, it's been quite a journey.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you sitting here with me today and sharing some of that journey. And I feel like I've learned so much more about you. I mean, we've known each other, you know, for a little while here, and I definitely feel like I know Kevin a little bit better today.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So thank you.
You're more than welcome. I'm so appreciated getting to know you as well.
Thank you. And as always, thanks to you for watching. We will see you next time on Tea and Talk.